Hello everyone, GeneralApple here and welcome back to another house in Fata Morgana video. And on our last playthrough, we reached a point where Jacopo has ordered Yukimasa to kidnap the witch from the cottage, unaware that it was actually Morgana. And we actually stopped immediately after that, and I'm super excited to continue because we're at a point where I have absolutely no idea what's about to happen. We're almost at that point. We know that everybody dies after Morgana dies. But that's pretty much it. The first game never really expanded on that. So now, today we're supposed to see what happens next, I believe. So let's just continue right where we left off. Maria. Morning, Maria. You're here bright and early. Hey. Yeah, not like I've gotten much else on my plate. Well, aren't you quite a workaholic? You know, you're getting to be about that age when most girls would close up shop and settle down with a man or three. And you know no man wants to get hitched with this kind of bitch. I like that. Fair enough, most girls in this business rough around the edges, but you're rough all the way through. Like how you got all up in a client's face the other day, now that was a sight to see. I actually really like Maria's smile. Brings me comfort. But anyway, the blacksmith brought this by for you. Blacksmith? Huh. Oh, that. I was planning to go pick that up myself. Special thanks for being such a faithful patron, he said. Never met another prostitute who regulars at a smithy. That's one heck of a hobby. Maybe so, but it's the only hobby I have. Oh, it's the dagger she collected to try and assassinate Jacopo with. I remember that from the first game. But we saw it in Michelle Vision. We didn't see it in the actual... They never really spoke of it. So that was actually true? That's interesting. That's really interesting. Not gonna lie, that's a little scary. What kind of girl collects knives? What kind of girl doesn't like something nice and shiny? There's nothing more to it, right? It's just a collection. Not for you to, like, use or anything. Like I said, they're shiny. And when I have ever drawn a knife on any of you? Never, right? Oh no, not to use them on us, the thought never crossed my mind. I know how much you care about us, girls. I just mean, you're not planning to do anything, like, dangerous. How? Oh no, hell no. You're way overthinking it. If you say so. It just looked like this one was made for a special occasion or something. You even had your name engraved in it. What's so strange about that? Collectors get their names engraved on shit all the time. I once had an ex-mercenary for a client, and he told me people engrave names in weapons for all sorts of reasons. The name of someone you love to help strengthen your resolve. Your own name is a symbol of your honor. Is this for... How much honor does a dirty old whore like me even have? Like I said, it's just my hobby. I like shiny things, and that's all there is to it. Now hand it over. Promise me I won't do anything dangerous with it. Pinky swear. Thanks. Oh no. Sorry, friend. It had been 4 years since the raid on the brothel, and you were still just barely getting back on our feet. We were still. It would never be the same as before, though. Not because we had to move locations, but because the slums were shrinking away to almost nothing thanks to the Lord renovations. Not to mention all the new foreign women who sold their services up in the city bustling marketplace. Most of our old regulars had taken their business there, and we weren't drawing in much in the way of new blood either. With better option to get the rocks off, only the real oddballs went for the rundown whorehouse and the little back alley in the slums. It was enough to keep us afloat, but would hardly last another 6 months. A year, if we're real lucky. And while we were down here fighting to make it day to day, our ever-gracious Lord was planning a festival to celebrate the spring harvest. Celebrations were to take place in and around the new church set up across the river. And with this being the first annual harvest festival, the whole city was in a rather jolly mood. Everyone except us slum rats, of course. The merchants, the upper class, and even most of the regular citizens were in love with the Lord. Public opinion took a huge turn after the new church opened its doors. I presumed it was all part of his grand plan. Me, on the other hand, I was far from pleased. He had abandoned us in the slums, left all his old friends out to dry because he wanted a little extra gold. And like hell, I was going to stand for that. Word through the grapevine was the Lord and his bodyguards spent a lot of time at the new church. And none everyone called the Saintess worked there, handing out some kind of miracle elixir. I assume it was her that he had business with, but his business didn't matter so much as the fact that he was there. There was no way I was getting through to the fortifications around this man around the hill, but the church wouldn't be as nearly as well protected. Last night, I snuck onto grounds to survey the area, and there was no sign of any guards or people at all, so it wouldn't likely be difficult for me to slip into the building and hide there until he showed up. Tonight, I brought everything. I was going all in. These past 4 years, my feelings for him have been, well, mixed, to put it lightly. I knew damn well he wasn't the same man I grew up with, but a part of me deep down wanted to believe that that man was still there, that maybe he had some reason, and I just wasn't seeing it, that I was misinterpreting him somehow. But if I was right and the old Jacopo was gone, I would settle it once and for all tonight. Oh my, it's quiet in there. Doors locked tight, figures. Now with that out of the way, how do I want to get in? Could break a window. I'd rather not make that much noise though. Okay, that's super interesting because this is the exact point where we found her. She entered Michelle's room by mistake, but there's no way Michelle is here. It was like a vision. Mel! Now who do we have here? He's heading for the mansion. Maybe he's got a key. I was gonna bail if I ran across anyone, but that might not be necessary. Okay, yeah, so it is different. How much longer am I going to have to deal with this? And I can't believe he's holding a festival. He's got to be out of his mind. Oh, wow, we're back at the mansion. It's so nostalgic. That's the first view of the mansion we got. I mean, from the inside. I'm too tired to worry about this tonight. Huh? Don't move. Huh? What? Oh, and no squealing either. One peep, and this little baby carve your brand new mouth. Oh. What? What? Who are you? Are you a thief? I don't want your shit. I just want you to answer a couple of questions. If you can do that for me, you get to keep your throat in one piece. What? What do you want from me? What are you doing here? The Lord comes by here pretty often, right? I want to have a little chat with him. What? Are you out of your mind? I can't let you see the Lord. Oh, alright. Nighty-night then. Wait! I'm not fucking around. I don't care who you are. If you're gonna cover for him, then say your prayers and curse your bad luck. What's it gonna be, little man? Don't hurt me, please. Where's the Lord? He's not here. Well, it was nice knowing you. Slow down, he's not here now. But he'll be here at dawn. Is that so? I'm not comfortable saying anymore out here. Someone might see us. It'll be safer if we go to my room. We can talk more there. And how do I know you're not gonna split the second I let go? I swear. I don't know you either, but you're not here to just talk to the Lord, are you? I'm doing what he says, but not because I agree with him. So if anything, I'm on your side. You're better at sucking dick than most of the prostitutes I know. Come on, no way you just said that. Actually, no way. Shame on you. Or not, that was actually a pretty good line. I mean it. At the very least, we can't have a productive conversation if we're both on edge like this. You got a decent hand on your shoulders for someone who was within seconds of losing it. Alright, you convinced me. Lead away, little man. But if you so much as breathe suspiciously, your head will roll. I get it. On your feet. Glad I ran into someone without a spine. I definitely have trouble sleeping after this if I had to kill a complete stranger. Well, well, nice looking room you got for yourself, little man. So, the Lord's gonna be here bright and early, you say? But why? Well, daytime I'd understand if he was here to play friendly with all of his followers. But no one's gonna be here at the ass crack of dawn. They're not his followers. The patrons of the church, true believers in the word of God. Can't say I'm convinced. Looks more to me like he's built himself a damn cult. Now, my question? The Lord has important business to attend to in the morning. I'm not stupid. I'm asking what his business is. I can't tell you that. Only that he'll be here early in the morning. You think I'm just gonna take you at your word? Oh, I can't tell you why, but I promise he'll be here. It's really, really important, so just wait here until morning. So I sit on my thumbs, morning rolls around, and whoosh. I'm never seen again. That sound about right? No. Then answer my question. What is gonna be doing here so early? He's coming to check on some valuable assets. Say again? I help manage his assets. But not because I want to. He's threatening me. And what are these assets? It's, spit it out. I can't. I really can't. Anything but that. What if I say I'll kill you if you don't? Go right ahead. Threaten me all you want. That's the one thing I can never tell anyone. Because they'll make you disappear if you spill. It's not my safety I care about. It's my sister. They'll kill my sister if I tell anyone. So I can't say anything. You have a sister. She's my only family. I see. So the Lord's blackmailing you to help manage his assets. And as part of that, he's also holding your sister hostage? Not directly, but essentially, yes. That sick, rotten fuck. I don't have any family myself, but a few years back there was a girl who was like a sister to me. What? Oh. And he felt kinda the same way about her, or at least I thought. But now he's fallen so far, he's taking some kid sister hostage. Maybe I'm reading into things, but do you actually know the Lord? I did. Like a former mistress or something? Oh, hell no. We grew up together, believe it or not. What? So you used to be a noble? No, you dingus. I didn't think so. You don't seem particularly dignified. Yep, just a dirty old whore here. Sorry to disappoint. Whoa, 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 I never said that. Anyway, that's all you need to know about me and the Lord. Alright. Now what about you? You know him for long? About 6 months, maybe? So no, but you've been in regular contact with him that whole time. Tell me, what's he like these days? And don't worry, the knife's taking a nap. Just tell me whatever you can. I'm curious. I don't know much, but alright. The only time I really see the Lord is when we meet up to check in on his assets. We don't chat or anything like that. He always seems to be in a foul mood and gives me dirty looks whenever he sees me. Even though you're working together. Like I said, I'm not doing it because I want to. I just wound up in this position. Go on. I can tell you this, though. He's a monster. He's a cruel, evil, heartless man. No one with a conscience could do the things he doesn't care about how much pain he causes, and anyone who doesn't fall in line is eliminated. His reputation improving because he got the Saints vouching for him. But it's all a load of crap. He's a villain and a tyrant. Some just like the previous Lord. Huh? Previous Lord? You're not from around here, little man. No, I lived somewhere far away and just sort of ended up here recently. Well, that explains it. There was a different guy on the throne up until 4 years ago. He was vicious, barbaric fuck who treated people like his playthings. He would murder slaves by the dozen just for shits. And he did some very bad things to a little girl. This new lord is exactly the same. People are just another commodity to him. Man or woman or child, he doesn't care as long as they're useful. He'll hurt people. He'll kill them. Anything to get what he wants. I got that impression. After everything I've seen and heard, was I honestly hoping he'd tell me he wasn't as bad as the previous lord? I've heard enough. He's gone over the edge and there's no bringing him back. I was originally planning to talk to him, but that was never going to work. He's a lost cause. So what are you going to do? I'm gonna make sure he can't shame himself any more than he has. By putting an end to his miserable life. Oh. She just straight up told him. You wanna see the Lord gone too, don't you? Get out of this shitty hole he's thrown you in. Cause if you do, then stick your neck out and give me a hand. You know what'll happen if you keep on like this. Once your job's done, once he's done with you, you're gone. You're not stupid enough to think he'd let you live, are you? What it'll be? You're gonna go on being his obedient little bitch? Or you're gonna give him what's coming? Alright. I'll help. Excellent. Your tailor must be damn skilled to accommodate both that pain. Oh god. Honestly, I've been waiting 6 months for this. For someone to show up and give me a way out. It's the same thing he said to Michelle, I think. While waiting for the sun to rise, me and the little man hashed out our plan of attack. The Lord kept a skilled bodyguard around at almost all times, so we wanted to avoid causing any trouble while we were together. He was only alone for a small window of time. When he arrived at the church each morning, he would first head for his private study, unguarded. That was our chance. Time was limited, which meant we'd make it simple, move quickly. We had the element of surprise on our side though. I could do this. No, there was no room for even the slightest uncertainty. I would do this. I didn't care about saving the people from an oppressive despot or anything grand and honorable like that. All I wanted was to stop an old friend from falling any further. That was my entire reason for assassinating the Lord of the Land. I wouldn't be a hero if I pulled it off. I'd be an insurgent. But to hell with my reputation. I'd be hunted down and killed for my crimes not long after anyway. Jacopo, as your old friend, I'll join you on your trip to hell. And then, at long last, the moment arrived. It actually reminds me of the third story Morgana told, or the Jacopo story. It happened exactly as the same thing. Jacopo and Maria used to be friends, and then Maria tried to assassinate him, but she didn't succeed, and he ended up killing her. So I wonder if it will be the same right now. Exactly as Mel had said, the Lord showed up at the mansion early the next morning with bodyguard in tow. The Lord disappeared into his study, and then the bodyguard headed for the chapel. Once he was out of sight, I glanced over at Mel and nodded. Who is it? It's me. There's something I need to talk to you about. We'll be seeing each other shortly anyway. Whatever it is, you can tell me then. It can wait. It's important. And I don't want anyone to overhear. Is it about the assets? Yeah. Fine. Come in. Here goes. I took a deep breath. Held it in. It would be all done in a matter of seconds. All our memories together, the time we shared. Sent straight down to the grave. Oh god. What? So long, Jacopo. I'll see you down in hell. What? However, not a thing went according to plan. My resolve rendered null in an instant. My confidence shattered like glass. My vengeance brushed aside like nothing. My outstretched knife hit empty air, and without even enough time to blink, my whole world shifted. I wasn't looking at my loathsome target face, but a flat, underdoored ceiling above me. My body spun, and then something slammed against my back. With barely enough time to even gasp, I crushed into the floor. It all happened faster than the blink of an eye. He had me on the ground, knee pressed into my back. My arm twisted up into the air. I had him. I had the element of surprise. How could he? It's like he knew exactly what was coming. How could he react so quickly? You look perplexed. Well, unfortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of assassination attempts. But you, I wasn't expecting. Let me go. I thought, if anyone, you might be different. The hell are you going on about? You weren't even going to try to talk before killing me. There's nothing to talk about. Not a goddamn thing. I've heard what you've done, what you're doing. Well, credit where it's due. At least you didn't try to poison me. Either way, there's plenty you could have done better. Second-rate attempt at best. You rushed, knowing you didn't have much time, but you still could have used the fact that we've known each other for most of our lives to get a little closer before pulling the knife. That would have increased your chances a little. Alternatively, you could have tried to distract me with your body, but I doubt you could swallow your pride long enough to do that. Shut your fucking... Get off me! Are you trying to break my arm? You would break an old friend's arm. Don't take me for a fool. You're just trying to kill me, you conniving harlot. Oh. Oh, it sounds like he did. Fucking fuck. You're completely different man now. No, not even man, a useless sack of flesh. Call me whatever you like. I've heard it all and more. Lord? The boy was sneaking about, so I apprehended him. Running away at the first sign of your grand plan going south? I see you still haven't grown a spine yet, have you, boy? You might have had a better chance if you both came at me together. Shall I kill him? Quit your drooling, dog. I want you to watch him. Make sure he doesn't try and run again. And what about the woman? She tried to attack you. Shall I kill her? Right ahead. Go right the fuck ahead. Kill me like you killed everyone else. Cut off my head. Put it on a spike in the town square. Everyone? You know, you're right. Nearly everyone I can think of died by my hand. Gretchen, the rest of the gang, and Jern too. Excuse me? I thought Jern died in the raid on the brothel. But you're saying you killed her? That's right. It wasn't becoming the Lord that fucked you up. You were always on the other side. From the day we first met. I should have never trusted you. Fuck. So it was all bullshit, was it? Every last minute of it. Throw her somewhere I can't see her, dog. Why not just kill her? The last thing I need is people making a big fuss about a dead body showing up while we're preparing for the festival. And it's not like the damn whore poses any real danger to me. Especially not with her arm bending backwards. We don't need to waste any more time concerned about her. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? You won't even fucking kill me? I came in here with no intention of coming back. Oh, I kept coming back out. And you don't even have the decency to do that much for me? Shut your goddamn mouth already. Leave your key here, dog. I'll handle our business alone today. So I just have to drag the whore out then. What a disappointment. Don't get any funny ideas. Just because I only told you not to kill her doesn't mean you can sate your thirst with one of her arms or legs. You throw her out and nothing more, understood? Clear as crystal, Lord. Then get out of here. I hate myself for ever thinking you were a good guy. Enjoying eternity in hell, asshole. Oh man, that was a difficult read. Ah, he's so cold and distant. Now he's gonna give Mel a slap? Now, how do you plan to make up for this mess you so kindly made for me? You know damn well how busy I am right now. I had no choice. She threatened me. Yes, you had no choice but to hole up with her until morning, and you had no choice but to lie about having business with me. Don't give me that look. Like I told the dog, I have no interest in creating any bodies during festival prep. So I'll let you off the hook for this one. What? And you'll swear you never do anything like this again. Yes, sir. I swear on my life. Excellent. Next. I knew it. Oh, man. And with that, the books are settled. The only reason I didn't hit you in the face is because your damn sister would throw a fit. So be sure to thank her when you see her. And remember, never again. Hand over your key. Now get out of my sight. Yes, sir. I'm very sorry for everything, sir. Was it all bullshit, Maria? I'm beginning to wonder myself. Not even a word before coming at me with a knife. Not even a sliver of faith in me. I've been at this long enough, and I still haven't learned my lesson. Naive enough to think maybe she would be different. That she would understand. No matter what anyone else said about me. Believe me when I said I really was trying to help. That I gave everything else up in the hopes of improving their lives. God, I'm such a fool. How many times do I need to be reminded that no one's on my side anymore? She was right about me. I'm just a useless sack of human flesh. I should heap up to the tower. I should head up to the tower. Heap up. Huh? What's that? Necklace? Maria must have dropped it in the struggle. Oh, it's the necklace! I remember that. That was the necklace that sent us to the vision in the first game. So what'd you get her? It's your big sister. I'd be happy to check the present out before you give it to her. Make sure you don't make too big an ass out of yourself. Oh, that was the necklace he was... Yeah, he bought for Morgana's birthday. Okay. Wow, that is huge. I actually didn't remember it where I first read it. Today's the day, right? You give her the present, then you finally tell her how you feel? When she comes back, give her the necklace and tell her how you feel. And if she turns you down, we can all have a good laugh about it. I was positive it had taken a broken in the raid. But you've been holding on to it? You've kept it for all these years. I would have figured you'd have thrown it away by now. Oh, man. Does it make him remember? Oh! The Archangel. I missed this. So nostalgic. Necklace in hand, I made my way towards the observation tower. I saw it bubbling up from the depths of my mind. It was a wretched, unsightly thing, which only swelled as I drew nearer. Never would I have been convinced of such monstrous notion of exploiting my old identity had this trinket not fallen back into my hands. Whoa. Okay, what's gonna happen? I knew Morgana wasn't of sound mind, that the world she saw was a twisted falsehood, and though I couldn't see what delusion her mind was producing, it was evident that the man I was now and the boy she once knew were two distinct entities in it. So maybe if the old Jacopo was still good in her mind, if you still remember him fondly, then perhaps I could assume that role, much like I assumed the role of the Lord. The thought sent a chill down my spine. By putting on that mask, I would be disregarding every horrible thing I had done to her. Every time I had come up here this past months to draw her blood, in that moment there was no one in this whole wide world who had fallen so close to hell as I. And in that moment I could no longer deny the madness that had taken root in my heart, the madness that had given rise to such a fancy. Oh my days. Oh my god. Damn, that is heartbreaking. Morgana, do you know who I am? The Lord. What do you want with me? Are you here for I don't have any. There's no blood left for you to take. That's right, I am the Lord. I am the man who's brought you a lifetime of pain. The man who locked you up in this tower, and the man who struck fear into your young heart 7 years ago. Yes, you did. I'll never forget. Now tell me, Morgana, do you know what this is? On your birthday 4 years ago, a young man was going to give you this necklace as a present. Do you remember that young man? Or have you forgotten? Forgotten? What a pleasant time that was. I can't say I'm surprised. You were always saying how much you hated staying at the brothel. Those 3 years were no more pleasant than any other time of your life. I remember. I remember him, and I remember those days. And do you remember them fondly? Yes. Well, that's great to hear. You can rest at ease, Morgana, because he's going to be here soon, and he'll... That was the only time. What? That was the only time in my life when I was actually happy. Except for those years, my life has been nothing but pain and misery. But those days, they were warm. Everyone was so kind to me. They showed me love. It was all I had, the only happiness I ever had. No time in my life was better than that. But it was taken from me. I wish it had all just ended there. Her words were like I'd plunged through thin ice. I could put on the best forged mask in the whole world, in all the world, but I would never again be the man in her memory. I could act exactly like him, but I would never be him. My hands were permanently stained with blood. The sharp smell of death hung around me like a cloud. I was a heartless killer, and anyone could see that. Never would I be able to smile like him, and never would I be able to share his dreams. The fact that I even had the idea to pretend to be my old self was proof in and of itself that I was too far gone. I'd reached a point where the real me was the imposter. He's dead, and so is everyone else. Why do you have that necklace, Lord? Did you kill him? Was that your doing too? So the best thing I could do was let Morgana have her pleasant memories unmolested. I'd ruined enough for her already. She'd said those 3 years were the happiest time of her life. I couldn't tell her the truth now, and there were no possible lies or justifications that would ever allow me to stand by her side again. You did, didn't you? I did. I killed a young man. I killed all of them. I killed and I killed until there wasn't a soul remaining. I knew it. You're the cruelest man in the whole world. The most evil, irredeemable man to ever set foot on God's earth. That I am. I despise you more than anything. I hate you. I love you. Whoa, I want nothing more than to put a curse on you. I buried my feelings for you so they wouldn't get in the way of my being the Lord. I want to see you dead, but those feelings never entirely went away. I tried to weigh what was more important to me, but I misread the scales. I hate you with all my being. I lost any right I had to say this years ago. But I want you to know, I truly do love you. I revile you, detest you, loathe you. I loved you. There's not enough hate in all creation for you. Tell me, what do you see when you look at me? What do you hear when I speak to you? I hate you, I hate you. Oh God. You can't see the tears on my cheeks, can you? Your mind, your spirit are shattered beyond repair, aren't they? You're not actually understanding anything I say, are you? You're not going to be able to remember any of this, are you? I hadn't realized it had gotten so bad. My eyes have been shut for far too long. To what was happening to you. To my own feelings. To everything. For so long, I've avoided facing the truth. Not only did I fail to protect anything, I destroyed the one thing that I care about most with my own two hands. That's all I ever managed to do. I wonder, what was the point of no return exactly? This isn't the world I wanted to show you at all. I, of all people, should have done everything in my power to ensure those good days never ended. But any apology I make would just ring hollow. She keeps saying it. Hey, it seems that my being here isn't doing your mental state any favors, so I'll leave your food here and get out. I hate you. I would like to tell you this, though, even if I'm fairly certain you don't understand what I'm saying. Tomorrow's the first day of the Harvest Festival, and when it comes, I'm going to finally do something I've been considering for a long time. I'm going to set you free. I'm going to put an end to all this. We know it's too late. That ship sailed long ago, I know. You're in no condition to go out in the world anymore. So I'm not just going to release you and forget about you. My father to his side. An angel. Send me back to heaven. That's the plan, yes. We'll go out and find some place to die together. Wow, so he wanted to actually go out with Morgana? To a solitary place. Wow. Damn, I'm on the verge of crying. I have to gather myself for a second. For as long as I have had the throne, a part of me has wanted to say, I'm done, I have no need of this anymore. But every time the thought rose to my mind, it was pushed back down by a refrain of, so you'd let all that work to go to waste? Everything you sacrificed to get here? Back and forth the voices would go, day in and day out. In reality, it wasn't pride or a desire to hold on to my power that stopped me from doing this sooner, but a fear that everything I'd worked so hard for would be for naught. But now that I saw death looming over her, it was clear that only greater, the more crushing despair awaited me. It would break me utterly, and I would end up abusing my people even worse than Barnier had. The best thing I could do for everyone was to end it all here, to step down off the stage. Morgana wanted release from her agony, and death was the only path she would find it down. My sickness was worsening by the day, and death the only thing that could cure me. I chose the Harvest Festival in part because it seemed like a fitting end, but more because with everyone distracted by festivities, they weren't as likely to notice the Lord had gone missing. As my final act of penance, I would find her someplace with a gorgeous view to gaze upon as I took her life. Oh, so this is what he planned to do. Somewhere you could see almost over the horizon. Somewhere the sun shone bright and proud. Somewhere that felt like you could see the world, and carrying the full weight of her enmity on my shoulders. The Lord too would miss his end, finding some place beautiful for her to depart this life from. Was all I could do to ease her pain, all I could do to provide her peaceful repose, all I could do to pay for all I had done. Oh God, the tears are coming. That is too good. Okay. Now we got to the point where we have absolutely no idea what happened. I mean, she is almost dead. On the first morning of the Harvest Festival, townspeople swarmed the new church ground. When I arrived, there were wide smiles on everyone's faces, from the young to the old, from those here to partake of the church charity to well-off churchgoers. Everyone was in good spirits. It's the festival, huh? Look, everything got flowers on it. Quite the impressive event you've put together. The decorations are a bit on thin side, perhaps, but for a church, anymore, and it starts looking garish. They can go ham all they want down in the square. You don't seem very enthusiastic. Why would I be? You spent so much time preparing for it, I assumed you would be more excited. Huh. As if. This is all politics, not fun and games. An effort to bring unity to my people, you could say. I don't understand you at all. How can you spend so much time doing something you don't enjoy? I don't give a rat's ass if you understand me. Fair enough. I love the interaction between these two. Their interactions are so cold and funny. When I first met you, I thought money and power were all you desired. But I've come to realize that's not the case. I'm beginning to think you're hardly a bad man after all. I knew you were an idiot, but I didn't realize you were that foolish. How can you possibly say I'm not a bad man knowing all I've done? That's also fair. Hey, no running, kids. You're going to get yourself hurt. What's the big deal? Run with us, Murray. Hey, you shouldn't pull on people. That hurts. Good morning, Lord Barnier. Preparations are all complete here, and the stalls down in the city are ready to open up as soon as you give the word. Thank you. I couldn't be more thrilled to be part of such a wonderful celebration. I'm glad to hear it. Are you well? You look a bit tired. It comes with the job. There's hardly any day I'm not exhausted. Well, don't work yourself too hard, Lord Barnier. It's important to get your rest. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, I almost forgot. Would you like a flower, my lord? A flower? We made all sorts of flower accessories, and we're giving them out to anyone who wants one. They do the same sort of thing at the Midsummer Festival, and I liked the idea so much I borrowed it. What do you say? I think this one would look lovely in your hair. I'll pass. That's a shame. And what do you say, you, Mr. Bodyguard? Care for a flower? No, I... Go on, take it. Don't let their efforts go to waste. Very well, I'll take one then. May God smile upon you. Thank you. Well, see you later. And Lord Barnier, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Hey, you can have the day off. Go spend it with your nun. Why the look? I am merely surprised you would show any consideration for your dog. Well, it is a special occasion, I suppose. Needless to say, watch out for yourself. You were assailed last night. I didn't realize you were even capable of concern. It is a special occasion. Ha! We'll take care of our usual business this afternoon. Should be able to bring a little more food than usual as well. Understood. Until then. Until then. Ah, I've died and gone to heaven. There's sweets as far as the eye can see. Better hurry before they're... Hey there. Watch where you're going. Hey, it's Nelly. Yes, sir, Lord Barnier. I'm very sorry. Well, if it isn't Mel's sister. Someone's a bit too wound up, it seems. I've never been to a festival before, so I'm terribly sorry for running into you. Please don't get upset at me. Don't worry, I'm not upset. So you never went to any festivals in your homeland? No. I couldn't go to any because I was stuck at home all time. I suppose you wouldn't be able to get much out and spread your wings as a daughter of a noble family, huh? Nope, not in the slightest. It's all dresses and manners and no time for fun. I'm surprised, most people just don't get it. So, I'm gonna spend all day celebrating with my Mel. Hee hee. That's what the festival's for, but don't go too crazy. I'm told you're not the best of health. Yeah, but I'm feeling wonderful today, so I'll be fine. You look anything but, girl. The festival isn't just for one day, so if you find yourself feeling unwell, let someone know right away, and then get some rest, understood? Yes, sir. Nelly, where you run off to, Nell? What business do you have with my sister? Dearest Mel? I'm begging you, don't hurt her. I'm not sure what this looks like to you, but I haven't touched her. What's gotten into you, dearest Mel? The Lord was just concerned about me. Concern? Him? Not in 1,000 years. Mel, we take care of business this afternoon. Be at my study at noon sharp. Oh, okay, I'll be there. We can't have lunch together? Running a festival must be a lot of work. Oh god. I could hear the sounds of countless people making merry outside, but my mind was elsewhere, envisioning the place I would take her to die. Somewhere far away, somewhere with a majestic view. I wanted nothing more than to not run off right then and there, but there was a thing I had to sort out before I could disappear. I delegated several days' worth of work to my attendant so the festival wouldn't fall apart without me. My mind may have been already made up, but it was still my responsibility as Lord to ensure everything ran smoothly, so as long as I remained on the throne. But all I could do after was pray that someone much more qualified, someone of actual royal descent, stepped in to take my place. Oh wow. And before I knew it, noon was upon me. As the bell chimed 12, the three of us climbed the observation tower. The plan was to deliver Morgana her food, then send the other two back outside, so I could take her somewhere far, far away. But when we opened the door, oh god, her spirit had already left her body. Yes, that's where she died when the bell tolled 12. The witch killed her. The blood of the witch killed my sister. That wine you're drinking is no medicine. It's the blood of the witch. You're all drinking the witch blood. Oh my god. So it did happen. Okay. There goes another one. What's going on? We were told it was miracle elixir. You're saying we've been drinking witch blood? Please everyone, don't panic. This must be some kind of mistake. A mistake? A girl is dead because of this mistake. No, this whole thing was a sham from the very beginning. You and the Lord were working together, buying our favor with this rubbish. Please come down, everyone. Death to all the devil deceitful minions. Death. Oh god. Stop it. Stay away from her. Get back. Death to him too. That's what you get for coming in and making such a mess of our country, foreigner. Why are all these damn outsiders getting better treatment than the rest of us anyway? The Lord's a traitor to his own land. He doesn't deserve to be on the throne. We'll take this city back, freed from his corrupted grasp. Death to the traitor. Morgana's death set off a chain reaction of hell and suffering. Perhaps it was fate, or intense animosity made manifest. All I knew for sure was what I could see. That the world was crumbling around me, and I watched through the observation tower window. The first to go was Mel's sister, who had regularly partaken of the miracle elixir. She started vomiting blood, and shortly thereafter she was dead. Mel then broke down, revealing the truth about the elixir before stabbing himself in the throat. Fear and panic spread like a plague, breeding a desperate rage that found an outlet in the Sanctus, the face of the church. The Far Eastern man dashed in to protect her from the mob, and soon a full-on battle broke out between supporters and opponents of the Lord. Actually, no, a battle would imply one side stood a fighting chance. It was closer to a riot, with anyone perceived to be on the Lord's side ruthlessly slaughtered. It was as though I was peering into a nightmare. There was no question who would come out victorious. It was a scene I had witnessed one before, but this time I was on the receiving end. The illusory fate I had instilled in people to distract them from their dissatisfaction disappeared in a wisp, and upon discovering it, was all based on a lie. That dissatisfaction came flooding back stronger than ever. I could tell myself I'd always had the people's best interest in mind until I went blue in the face. But it didn't matter. I was a tyrant in their eyes. I turned away, and there lay Morgana's limp body. For a split second, I considered going over, leaning against the wall beside her, and taking my own life. With my foot hovering in the air, I swung my leg around, making my way towards the stairs. I had done enough to torment her in life, failing to even allow her to pass on peacefully. It would be cruel and disrespectful to force her to be with me, the man she despised more than any in the world, and death as well. And as I was still the Lord, having not yet stepped off the throne, the right thing to do would be facing the wrath that I had wrought. For a second I wondered if maybe Lord Barnier had greeted us thinking the same thing. The revolution 4 years ago was also a foregone conclusion. But he didn't run, he stayed and waited for us to arrive. Perhaps it was partially pride, and partially that it was the only way out. We had lived as lords, we ruled as lords, and when the time came to harvest the seeds we had sown, we would die as we had lived. This song again, and this song will always break me. When I reached the ground level of the tower, I could hear shouting and banging, stomping through the door. They were probably tearing the mansion apart looking for me. Find him, they cried. Dethrone him, they cried. Burn him, they cried. I felt a slight pang of nostalgia as I listened to them, remembering when I had been in their position. All I had to do was open the door, and I would be dead in seconds. They didn't just have me vastly outnumbered. I had no intention of fighting. My life amounted to nothing. My people are all dying. Soon I'll be stripped of my title as Lord of the Land. Another thing will be left. It was all utterly meaningless. I killed everyone I ever cared about. Even Morgana. There's not a single person. No, I didn't end up killing Morgana. I guess that's something to be thankful for. I pray you live on. By all means, spend the rest of your life hating me. Just so long as you live. Now off I go. I stepped out before my people, and a dozen bloodshot gazes snapped onto me all at once. I raised my hand in preparation to give them a few parting words, but lowered it again without saying anything. There was nothing for me to say anymore, nor did I have the willpower to produce words. Oh God. That is horrible. They impaled me from head to toe with sickles and pitchforks and all manner of deadly implements, and no longer able to support my own weight, I fell back against the door, sliding to the ground. I could feel the life draining from my body. Their voices grew faint. Were they shouting, grieving, cheering? I could no longer tell the difference. My consciousness quickly slipped away, and as I did, flashes of memories whisked past. A child fighting to survive day by day. A young man with his head in the clouds, hell-bent on going out in the world. A crowd of friends hooting and howling in a pub. Girls at a brothel, constantly teasing but always reliable. And you at my side. I thought I felt a gust of wind, guiding Jacopo's mind towards one particular memory. I don't need to see the world. All I want is... Oh God. I could hear her voice with incredible clarity. And after so many years, I finally figured out what she had said that day. I don't need to see the world. All I want is to find our home. Oh God. Not long after we met, I told her that I thought we might come from the same region, and that perhaps if you went back far enough, you might even find we share a bloodline. And she remembered. Nearly 3 years later, she still remembered an insignificant conversation, which was why she didn't want to see the world. She was more than happy to just find the land from which we came. I never needed to reign supreme. I never needed the favor of the masses. All I needed to do was go looking for that little pocket of tranquility. I stand before a gorgeous golden field. Flowers bloom all around, swaying in the warm breeze. Vaguely familiar faces smile and laugh. After a long, hard journey, we finally made it. There was no big, bustling city, no one dressed in extravagant clothing, but they would welcome us warmly, welcome us as kin. It's a quiet land, not a trace of strife. They bask in harmony, smiles on everyone's faces. Nevertheless, she's still afraid of how they might treat her. So I offer her my hand. This is it. This is our home. As we draw closer to our home, her tense nerves seem to loosen, and she lets out a barely audible sigh. Barely audible sigh. She slowly draws back the hood covering her. Oh, goddammit. Not again. This is beautiful. Okay. Ah, man. The soft light of the sun shining down to reveal for the first time her face. A beautiful girl stands there. So enchanting, I find myself at a loss for words. A smile rises to her face, now free of the hideous mark that once she covered it. A smile brighter than I've ever before seen. The lush field stretching out behind her accentuate the glimmering gold of her eyes. I stand there, silently taken in the sight. Her braids flutter in the breeze. A sky blue as sapphire drapes the scenery. She isn't a witch here, she's an ordinary girl. And me, an ordinary boy. We have no power, no extraordinary ability, and I can't think of anything more wonderful. With all the weight lifted from my soul, I give a soft sigh, looking her in the eyes, and then I chuckle, remembering something she once said. And you've told me to prepare to be let down. Ordinary though we may now be, our banter remains unchanged. And I know she's got a snarky response waiting to let loose. This is what I could have if I had made the right choices. What I wanted, more than anything in the world. Oh, man. Not like this, man. Oh. Oh, God, I can't even talk. This is so good. This is so good. I know this was going to end, but... Oh, man. Ah, man, it hurts. It hurts so bad a second time, even. Oh, Lord, help me. Please tell me. I know there was a sequel to this. Like, I know we should do all the other parts as well, but... Man, the main story was fantastic. I mean, the other parts are the main story as well, but still. This was fantastic. I knew everything that was going to happen, but this was great. Still. So, thank you for playing. Oh, God. Wow, beautiful. Oh, there's a little bit more. Maria. God damn, everyone lost their fucking minds. I need to get the hell out of this city and fast. On the first day of the Harvest Festival, I got this crazy bad sinking feeling. So I went to check out that new church across the bridge. Some kind of riot or uprising or something had happened. But it was all finishing by the time I got there. And not long after, the truth of what the Lord had been doing came to light. I wish I'd never heard a damn thing. I didn't need anyone to tell me he wasn't the guy I grew up with. But never in my wildest dream had I imagined he was that far gone. All the time in the world was enough to make sense of that. And the valuable assets he'd been storing in the observation tower was, of all fucking things, the girl we'd look out after a few years back, Morgana. But the madness didn't end there. The witch with the miracle blood everyone had been talking about, that was her too. My mind was so scrambled I wasn't sure what to be most stunned by. But I had far less time to organize my thoughts or vent my frustration than I could have imagined. If I were smart, I would have left town the instant I learned the truth. After the riot, a strange sickness began spreading through the city. If you caught it, your skin would start turning black. Then before long, you'd be vomiting blood. Anyone who tried to treat it was infected himself. The people called it the witch curse. Get your heads out of the sand. I tried to say there's no such thing as curses, but I couldn't bring myself to finish. As much as I wanted to believe it wasn't, I was starting to think that maybe the curse was real. Especially thinking back on the scene at the top of the tower. The heavy air in the chamber, her dead body's eyes wide open. The eerie glimmer in those eyes that I was pretty sure I hadn't imagined. It was like I had stepped into another world. And I could barely keep myself vertical. If she was really a witch, then yeah, that scene was a pretty damn convincing argument in favor of the existence of her curse. It didn't matter that she was dead. And even me, the least superstitious girl around, was starting to consider it a possibility. So the people who had actually believed in the miracle elixir were freaking right the fuck out. They had seen what the Lord had done to her. How much pain and suffering he had caused her. It was easy to believe she hated the world enough to curse it. That's what witches did, after all. And the city was scared to death. First, they tried to seal the curse into the observation tower. But that didn't stop its spread. So next, they went after anyone who had known her in life and punished them. Almost there. The forest isn't far. There she is, that's her. Shit. They discovered that the witch had taken refuge at a brothel a few years back, and it wasn't long before they linked me to it, making me their next target. None of us at the brothel had any idea Morgana's blood possessed that kind of power, but the more I tried to defend myself, the more they began to suspect me, thinking every word a ruse. The whole city had gone completely batshit. It's right there. Like hell I'm gonna let them catch me. Fuck, my arm. She's down, boys, get her. No, get off me, asshole, get away from me. Oh god. What the hell do you think you're doing? Wait! A bunch of men dragged me to the church and tossed me in the cellar. I could hear them shouting through the locked door. Oh witch, oh great witch, we offer unto you punishment for those who wronged you and forsook you in life. So please, we beg of you, stay your anger. Have mercy upon us. Hey, have you assholes lost your fucking minds? I didn't do a goddamn thing to her. I never wronged her, and I sure as hell didn't forsake her. I didn't have any idea what that sick fuck was doing to her. Oh, great witch, please spare us from the wrath of your curse. Please have mercy on us who laid not our hands upon you. Oh, witch, great witch, you're fucked in the heads, every last one of you. You're not accomplishing anything by putting me down here. So let me out, please. Let me out of here. Damn it, they really did just leave me here. The door's locked tight. I'm not pounding my way through this. Damn thing won't even budge. Fucking, something. There has to be something I can do. Hey, is anyone out there? Someone, let me out of here. I didn't do anything. How long have I been in here? I'm so fucking thirsty. Food, that would be nice too. Someone, get me out of here. Please. I feel like my body's made of stone. I'm going to starve to death in here. You've gotta be kidding. Uh, oh god, I feel sick. My everything hurts. Uh, what? Is that blood? My blood? It's so dark, I never noticed. All the black patches on my skin. Why? The curse? But I never did anything to you. Why would you curse me? Why, Morgana? What did I do? You didn't mean to, did you? It was just a little mistake, wasn't it? You can still take it back. Just time, just take it off me. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I didn't do anything to deserve being cursed. Come on, spare me. This is all on his fucking head, not mine. Is it? Because I didn't do anything? Is that it? Are you saying that I'm to blame too? Because I didn't do anything to stop it? Because I couldn't trust anyone but myself? That's asking way too much. How was I even supposed to know what was going on? I was up to my neck in my own shit already. Come on, Morgana, give me a little sympathy. Spare me from your curse. I can barely move my body at all. I feel like I'm all out of blood to cough up. I don't even have the energy to cry for help anymore. So this is how I go, huh? And when I'm gone, that means everyone's dead. I wonder what whoever find my body will think. They'll probably think that I was one of them. Now wouldn't that be some real bullshit? Huh. Look at me. I know how to write. I'm a woman and a whore, and from the slums. But look at me, I can read and write. Pretty impressive, huh? Why, I forgot how I learned though. Alright, I had a friend who was doing some really important work. So I studied so I can help them. If they ever needed anything. I'll make sure to write it all fancy and proper. So no one suspect it was written by a whore. See, I'd make a kick-ass aid. Who were they though? I can't remember anymore. You hear that? I'm innocent. The sinners are the one who lived here. It was all them, not me. So if somehow there's something after this and our souls live on, please only curse them. They're the bad guys. It's all their fault. Maria? Wake up, Maria. What? I've unlocked the door for you. Now get up. You don't want to be sleeping on the cold, hard floor. I am assuming this is the afterlife in the mansion. Morgana? What? How? You're dead. Oh, I'm dead, am I? He and you must be half asleep still. But Now that's enough of that. Let's get you out of here, shall we? How? I can barely move. I think you'll find that untrue, my dear. Go on, stand up. You're right. I can move, and I feel better than ever. It's like I was just imagining all the pain. See? What did I tell you? Now come. Let's get out of this dreadful place. They're waiting for you. Okay, that's interesting. It's about time you showed up, boss. What? Oh. Yay, I'm so glad you're okay. I've been worried out of my mind. Jern? I was told you were killed. Say what? Do you really want me that bad, boss? Did I goofed up on the job? No, I never said that. And you're a model worker too. I've always been glad to have you around. Maria said something nice about me. It must have been real rough in there, huh, boss? I can't believe all those bad men would just lock you up. It's not nice. How's the city doing? Have things cleared up? You can rest easy. Everything alrighty now. I'm glad to hear it. You look like someone just pissed in your stew, girl. Where's that brimming fire in your eyes? Hey there. I know a little solitary wouldn't get the best of you, girl. Whoa, don't just stare. What do you think, I was dead too? Like hell, ain't nothing in this world, a damn old damn world, could take me down. I'm the crew #1 for a good reason. That's right you are, aren't you? You survived living as a slave in Barnier Manor. There's not much that could kill you. Damn straight. Don't you worry about nothing. Long as I'm around, nothing can touch our slums. Yeah, I believe you. So hey, if you're alive, does that mean? That it does. We're all alive, every last one of us. Jacopo, you were never a morning person, but this is a bit ridiculous, don't you think? Jacopo, is that really you? Is it really the same old Jacopo I used to know? What do you mean used to know? I'm the same Jacopo you always known. But you became the Lord, and then you killed everyone. Do you really have that little faith in me? I would never kill any of you, you know that. Just look around. Does anyone look dead to you? Because they sure look alive to me. Whatever terrible dream you were having down there, Maria, it's about time you came back to reality. But look me in the eyes. Tell me I'm not the same Jacopo you always known. No, you're definitely you. The same old friends I always known. Ha, see? Was that so hard? Well, we've got the whole gang here, so what do you say we go do something? Hit the pub, maybe? Ooh, now that's a plan. Well, we're well overdue for another drinking contest. Oh, I want in too. You're coming with us too, aren't you, Morgs? I'm not comfortable in such lively places. Come on, just this once. We can sing together even. Your voices will have the whole place enchanted in a snap. I won't be singing, but I suppose I can join you this once. The chance doesn't come around often. Oh, come on, you never go when I ask you, but you will do if she does. You could be drowning and I still wouldn't agree to do anything you ask, so that's irrelevant. I'm not going because Jern invited me, but for Maria. Will you join us? You bet your butt I will. I'm so glad. Oh my. Why, man? Why this transition, dude? Man, I really did not need to see this. Oh, man. This is horrible. So glad that's everyone alive. It was all a dream. Just a bad dream. I knew it. None of that could ever happen to us. Save a seat for me, guys. I'm coming. Man, that was... Why would you do that to me? The end. But it's not really the end. I know that. And that will be all for today's video. And wow, I'm honestly speechless. I'm out of words. This was incredible. I actually couldn't hold myself from crying. It was so good. The ending where they were on the field of wheat, it was incredible. It was too good. I knew I wouldn't be able to make it. I just cried. It was so good. It was beautiful. And it actually did not continue after that. It was exactly as we knew it in the first game. Except this time we saw Maria death as well, which we didn't really know about in the first game. That's the only exception. And this was too really sad. It was done in such a way that completely broke me. That transition to her just lying on the floor there. It was so sad. It was such a good transition, but damn, I didn't deserve it. So yeah, I've honestly nothing else to say. This game is amazing, just like the first one. It's incredible. Now I know we're not done. This was only the main episode, but we still have all the sub-episodes that I assume leads to the gift. I don't really know what the gift is, but I know the sub-episodes are also a part of it, and we still haven't finished. We still need to see what happens in their afterlife, and also we saw it in the first game, what happened where the souls were reincarnated. They were, I don't know, reborn. I guess reincarnated is the best word to describe it. And they all lived happily, but we only saw the start when they only met each other. We never really got to see what happened after. Hopefully, one of the sub-episodes will elaborate, will expand on that. Unfortunately, we did not saw Michelle and Giselle, but that makes sense because they weren't even born yet. That happened before them. This is focused on Jacopo and Morgana. Hopefully we get to see them in the sub-episodes. But yeah, we're gonna continue from there tomorrow. But that is all for now, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to sub and like the video if you enjoyed it. But that's all for now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.